I am so happy that you asked that question. That was one of the most critical things for us in making this film.
I got this. What you don't do.
First of all, thank you very much for your time. I'm very happy to have a chance to talk with you about this movie because I really enjoy it. I think it's great, it's funny, it's very profound. So first, I think that for my generation, the first Bad Boys film broke like this concept of manly characters who trust each other but they cannot express their feelings. You know, in contrast, Marcus and Mike, they're openly share their feelings and they say I love you, and they were like soulmates. But I would like to know, what do you think is the breaking point in this movie, considering that for many people this fourth installment in the franchise is going to be their first experience with the characters and their dynamic and their friendship?
Yeah. Now that's always really hard with these when you make you know, a second, third, or you know, in this case a fourth in a series. It's like, all right, so you have to service the hardcore fans that have been there from the beginning, but the movie has to stand on its own, that introduces the characters and introduces the plot line brand new, as if nobody saw any of the previous films. So, you know, I think we did a really good job with that. There's a little bit of catching up that has to be done. I would suggest that you at least see part 3. You know, just watch part 3. You know, I think it's there's a lot of beautiful payoffs in this film.
Yeah, and I think it's funny how Marcus talks about his past lives and how Mike was in all of them, maybe as a donkey, but he was there. But I was thinking, and that's what I take from this movie, that you can be sure about what happened in your past lives, but this life that you are living, it's the first time with that person you love. And maybe this is the beginning, you know? Maybe with Marcus, with Mike, maybe Will, or maybe Martin. And I would like to know, what do you think about that? Because I think it's very beautiful to take that from this movie.
I am so happy that you asked that question. That was one of the most critical things for us in making this film, like the spiritual aspect and that questioning of, you know, soul constellations and do people come together, and are there things that we have to work out together? That was one of the most interesting aspects of making this film for me, you know. And I definitely believe there's something that we don't understand. There is certainly something going on beyond our material experience.
I would agree.
You know, and it's this movie takes a fun way to like point at what it possibly could be.
I don't know what to say. And I'm just so happy to be working with this guy, and I know it's ordained, you know, and it's a spiritual blessing, you know, and that's how I feel.
So thank you very much for your time, and again, thank you for this movie. I think it's great, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you, Gretchen.
Gracias.
Mucho gusto. Mucho
We got 2 suspects, Lowry and Burnett.